Well, we've heard a lot about burn bans and combines catching fire in the past week or so. Coincidentally, today is the start of Fire Prevention Week.
I did not know that, and I'm ready for it. I think Lindsay is out there this morning, correct?
Very good. She's out talking about fire prevention. What is up, Lindsay? What are we going to learn about today?
Yeah, good morning, guys. We're talking about fire safety. You know, this is actually Fire Prevention Month, but they do a lot of the demonstrations throughout this week, so they have named it Fire Prevention Week. We are at the training facility on North 18th Street. We're going to learn about early fire detection systems, and if you have a home extinguisher, you might want to get it out because we're going to give you some tips on what you should do with that, because there are some things that I've even learned this morning about your fire extinguisher at home.
If that doesn't get you up and ready on a Monday morning, I do not know what will.
I was picking it out earlier this morning, and I was ready. After picking this music out today, I'm ready to go. So.
And you got to call 911 when there's a fire out and about. But
indeed, and there's a lot more that you're supposed to do too. We're going to find out with Lindsay coming up, correct?
Yes, we are going right off to Lindsay, who's live with the Quincy Fire Department this morning. Lindsay, we hear you have some pretty cool things going on.
Yes, we definitely do. We're trying to keep you guys safe. We're doing some demonstrations out here about how dangerous fires can be. This first demonstration is going to be about your early detection systems, such as your smoke alarms and your fire alarms. I'm joined by firefighter Mike Dade right now. He's going to kind of explain what's going on in this little room right here.
What we have set up, firefighter Deon Baker is going to again, do a little bit of a demonstration to show the importance of early warning systems, more specifically smoke detectors, why they're so important, and you know, letting people know that they have a problem so that they can get out and kind of do a little bit of self-rescue. So. All
right, and let's see what we have going on here. Looks like he's lighting up a barrel full of hay. Now, hay is pretty flammable, isn't it? Yeah,
straw is pretty flammable, but what we've done, we've packed it real tight so that it won't get any air, and hopefully we should get a lot of smoke rolling really, really quickly. And again, you'll be able to see as he gets that thing going, that smoke is going to start to rise from that barrel, and again, you know, quickly make contact with that smoke detector, and we should hear it going off pretty quickly here. So. Again, you know, during this time of year, Fire Prevention Month, we want to make sure we're reminding people to check the batteries in their smoke detectors once a month, change the batteries twice a year. You know, we always say change the clocks, change your batteries. A lot of people have those hardwired smoke detectors in their house and they feel like they don't have to change the battery. Most of those, if I'm not mistaken, all of them have some kind of battery backup in case of some kind of power outage. So you want to make sure you're still checking those so that you know that you're protected at night, especially.
And it looks like it's getting pretty smoky in there. How close to the smoke detector does? Oh, they're starting to go off a little bit. How much smoke does it take to set off a fire detector?
It doesn't take much at all. A lot of times, you know, you can get a smoke detector going off from steam from a shower or something like that, dust. You know, people doing construction in their house renovations. It doesn't take much at all. So. The other thing that we want to make sure we let people know is that you want to have a smoke detector. Legally, you should have a smoke detector on every floor in the home that you own. And as you can see, I think what are we 30 seconds in from him starting that fire, we've already got the smoke detector going off. So you can see how beneficial that would be in a real situation to alert your family to get up and get out of the house. But again, you know, when you're asleep in the household, you definitely want to be able to hear these things. So legally, one on every floor in your home, and you should have one within 15 feet of every sleeping area in your household. So.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much for this demonstration. We have tons more to do here coming up in the next half hour and even in the next hour, so make sure you stay tuned because we've got a lot of things to show you to keep you safe just in case there's a fire in your home.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like seeing Lindsay in the fire jacket.
Yep, yeah, I knew you would.
Sporting the look this morning.
Yep, I knew you would.
Is it pretty heavy?
Yes, it is heavy. There's a flashlight on here, and that's it. But I think there's more things that go on it that I don't have on mine. But it's getting a little warm, also.
Okay, thanks, Lindsay. We'll check back in with you in just a little while. Get this, today is the kickoff of Fire Prevention Week across the country. We've been hearing all sorts of fire stories in the news lately.
Definitely the 2 combines last week, and now Lindsay's out there trying to get us some tips and some safety things on what we can do for fire around our house.
Absolutely, yes. We just did a demonstration about smoke detectors, and now we're going to, not now, in about 10 minutes, we're going to show you how dangerous this smoke can be and how you should get out of your house. We're going to light the fire here in a few minutes and get that going for you guys, and in about 10 minutes, we'll show you that.
Wow. Fire in a house?
Well, no, not in a house.
Okay.
We're still at the training facility. We haven't moved anywhere. So yeah, we're not setting anybody's houses on fire. Just the room that we're using.
Well, thank goodness, Lindsay. A few minutes early.
Yeah, we're looking at a live look at Chile this morning, where I'm sure that they listen to music like that all the time, right? That's just what life is like. They just jam all the time.
I would love it. I jam all the time here in Quincy. We are talking fire prevention this morning, and today is kicking off Fire Prevention Week. Lindsay Boach is with us this morning at Quincy Fire Department. What's going on, Lindsay?
Good morning, guys. Yes, I have somehow turned into the assistant chief of fire in Quincy. I am Tom Bentley, apparently. Yes, we are doing a lot of demonstrations here to help you guys at home stay safe, just in case a fire happens. And now we've been working on this demonstration for a while, getting a fire started, and to show you how bad the smoke is. Right now, I'm joined by firefighter Deon Baker. Explain a little bit about the process of what you guys are doing.
We've set a fire in there to show that smoke actually fills up a room backwards. It starts at the top and then banks its way down. That's why we stress so much staying low, crawling out of a room. As you'll be able to see, that there's a significant amount of smoke up high, but some pretty good clean air, cool air down low that you can crawl through.
And what is the first thing that a family should do if they hear their smoke detectors going off?
If they hear their smoke detectors go off, hopefully they've already made an escape plan so they all know what they're going to do. But it's important that you stay low, crawl out of bed, go to your bedroom door, check the door to make sure that it's cool or warm. If it's warm, we need to have a second way out of a bedroom, being a window, probably more than likely. Go out the window and go to our safe meeting place.
How important is that family plan to have?
It is extremely important, and it's extremely important to have and to have practiced. In the event of a fire, people's senses are more heightened, you're excited. If you haven't practiced, it's probably not going to go right. So it's definitely important for children to practice that plan and make sure everyone knows where they're going to go in a case of emergency.
And the smoke is, I mean, it's even in this big room right here. How dangerous is that smoke?
It's extremely dangerous. For one, it's extremely high heat. So just breathing in the heat can burn your lungs, but it is also full of extremely toxic gases, carbon monoxide being one of them. But with today's homes being full of lots of new plastics, there's all kinds of toxic gases in smoke.
Okay, thank you very much, Deon. And we still have some more demonstrations to do. It's Fire Prevention Week, and we want to keep you guys safe at home. These demonstrations have been really cool. The next one is going to be about your home extinguisher. It's very important. So if you do have a home extinguisher, make sure that you take it out, and we'll go over some things that you need to know about them.
Wow, that was quite a view, too, of those flames shooting up the wall.
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness. Well, with us heading into the winter season when we see more house fires, today marks the beginning of Fire Prevention Week. We've teamed up with the Quincy Fire Department to talk about fire safety, to show you how to stay safe.
Lindsay Boach is out there at the Quincy Fire Department this morning, and we've seen already a few pretty awesome demonstrations from her. Lindsay, what do you have for us now?
Yes, you probably all have seen one of these before, hopefully have seen one of these before, and hopefully have one of these in your house. But get it out, because we're going to talk about what you need to know about your fire extinguisher coming up within the next 10 minutes.
It's funny because I have one at my house, but I have to admit, if I ever had a fire, I wouldn't even know the first thing about using it.
And I was always afraid to try to use it.
When did you get it, Melissa?
Pardon?
Melissa, when did you get it?
Do I want to admit it? I think I got it when we bought our house, which would have been 6 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, then you're going to want to pay attention here.
Okay,
we have some good information for you regarding them.
Holding me accountable. That's why I like Lindsay. Thanks, Lindsay. We'll check back with you in just a couple minutes.
Here's Lady Liberty keeping the fire burning in the heart of America this morning in New York City.
Welcome back. It's 6:42 here at Tri-States this morning on a Monday. We've been having a lot of fun with this topic today, fire prevention, but it's very, very serious. We've heard a lot about fires in the past few weeks.
We have. There have actually been 2 combine fires in just the past few days. So Lindsay Boach is right on cue. She is doing Fire Prevention Week. Lindsay, what do you have going on for us right now?
Yes, now we are outside of the training facility here on North 18th Street, and now we're going to tell you about your fire extinguisher. So like I said, if you have one, take it out and we're going to show you how to use it and some things that you might need to know. Like Melissa, you said you've had yours for about 6 years. You need to do some work on that. And right now I am joined by firefighter Mike Dade. Explain a little bit about what we're going to do here.
Well, again, we're stressing the importance of knowing how to protect your family from fire. So, early warning systems with smoke detectors one way, escape drills is another way. And a lot of people like to rely on the home fire extinguishers, the residential extinguishers. Quincy Fire Equipment was good enough to donate some of the extinguishers to us here that Firefighter Baker will demonstrate here. We've got a small fire and a bigger fire. These things have a lot of benefits. There's also a lot of limitations that they have. Just based on the size, they're not going to put out a significant size fire as well. So we really want people to use these things on a fire that they either see the beginning of or that's contained in some type of garbage can or something like that. You can see that it gives off a chemical powder that can also be dangerous for people too. And you can see here, it doesn't necessarily, totally extinguish a fire. So we don't want people trying to, play firefighter with these things. They're really a means of protecting yourself or protecting an exit for when you get out. The other thing about these things is they have to be serviced. If they're not used, they have to be serviced usually about annually. The extinguishing agent, as you can see, is a chemical powder, and what happens over about the course of a year is that powder starts to settle and it can cake up so that when you do go to use it, it won't actually work. So again, you can see that even with this little fire here, he's having some kind of just a little bit of trouble putting it out. So while these things have a lot of benefits and they can do a lot to, to kind of help you in a situation when you have a small fire, in a big significant fire, you only want to use it to get out. And then you got this chemical powder. If you're in a small room or something like that, these fumes, as you can taste and smell, it's not very good for you to inhale. So if you're in a small room, and you go trying to use this thing with in combination with the smoke, that can really give you some inhalation injuries or some problems as far as that's concerned.
So if you're cooking and a noodle catches on fire or something like that, that's when you would want to use
it? If it's something that you see the beginning of, if it's right there, close to you, you can definitely use it for for a fire in the incipient stage, if it's a very small fire or a contained fire. Any other time, we want people to use those things only to protect a way out for themselves to escape.
Okay, thank you very much for all of the information that you've provided this morning. And we will put all of this video on our YouTube site as well. We'll put a link to it on Facebook as well. So in case you missed anything that we've talked about this morning, you can always check it out on there.
Is there a special way to use your fire extinguisher? I mean, is it as easy as pulling a tab and just pointing and shooting? Is there like a strategy to it?
Melissa wants to know if there's a strategy when using your fire extinguisher. Or do you just point and shoot?
Well, the first thing, we always talk about the acronym PASS: point, aim, squeeze, and sweep. And the main thing is to aim at the base of the fire. You can spray the top of the flames all day and it'll continue to burn. So you want to go for the base of the fire to put it out.
Okay, thank you very much. Does that answer your question, Melissa?
Yes, and very, very good information on an early morning.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Lindsay.